Hi, this is Pamela Bell, National Recruiter with Financial Education Services. I want to ask you a simple question. Are you living for today but not planning for your tomorrow? Sadly, many people, many Americans, by the millions, don't believe that there will be a tomorrow. So this video is not for someone who is probably like me, 47 years old, on that other half the stage of life, but this video could apply for anyone that's over the age of 18. Because see, once you become 18, you have a responsibility to make sure that you have things in order just in case something should happen to you. So as I go through, I'm going to go through a checkpoint or a list of things, 7 things in fact, just to make sure that you have things in proper order as you move forward in your financial life. The first thing I want to ask you is, do you know what your credit score is? Sadly, many of Americans, millions of Americans in fact, have seen their FICO score go off a cliff because of the second Great Depression we've had. I understand that. I experienced that as well. My second question is, if you do know what your FICO score is it at least a 740 or above? See, that is really the measurement of where you want to be in terms of applying for a great mortgage, getting the best interest rate you can on your auto loan. I want to make sure that you are saving and putting that money in your pocket for later years in life, or maybe to go on and afford that great vacation you want to take your family on. But if you have a low FICO score, you're paying the highest interest rates for your cars. Some people are paying 20% or more. Some people are paying a very high rate for their mortgages. See, that is draining you financially, and we want to make sure that you have that, we can take care of that. The third thing I want to ask you is, do you have a will, trust, or power of attorney? See, sadly, many people walk off their doors in the morning to never return. So we want to make sure that you have the proper documentation because, like I said, 18% of Americans, only 18% of Americans have that documentation in place. And so if you don't know, if your family does not know what your wishes are, you don't have anything planned for your children, your property, your assets, guess what? You will now end up in probate, and that could take years in order for your family to see anything that you may have left in order behind for them. And you don't want to leave your family in that position. The fourth thing I want to ask you is, do you have identity theft protection in place? The reason why that is so key is because over 9 million Americans are affected each year by people that are scavenging the internet looking for your information. I have been a victim of identity theft, and I'll tell you, it is not a pretty picture. So we want to make sure that your money in the bank and your FICO score, your credit score is absolutely protected against anyone that may want to do you damage or take your hard-earned identity away from you. The next thing I want to ask you is, do you have a debt management system in place? Meaning, do you have a way to pay off all your debts? Do you know a date in which you could be debt-free? Because if you don't know that, then you could just continue to do the wrong things month after month after month, which is costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of your lifetime. So we want to make sure you have those things in place. And the last thing I want to ask you is, if you wanted to know of a way that you can affordably take advantage of all the things that I mentioned, would you want to know how? Would you want to know how that you can responsibly make sure that you and your family are properly protected in this day and age? So if you do, please give me a call. You can reach me at area code 702-527-4101. I have a service that is accessible nationwide that will provide you with some of the key documentation that could easily cost you over tens of thousands of dollars. But we don't do that. We are looking out for your best interest, and I'm so glad that I took advantage of it because at 47 years old, I want to make sure that my family and my grandchildren are properly taken care of in case something would happen to me. And even if I happen to just ride out the rest of my life and have a great life and age out, but guess what? There comes a point where I will no longer be here. So I want to make sure that I am responsibly planning for that day. So with that, please give me a call. I would love to help you and sort of go over some things that may be a benefit for you and your family. So with that, take care and enjoy the rest of your life. Thank you.